here on YouTube. Big Abundant in the building. In the building. Let's see. I'm trying to get this right because I'm definitely gonna repurpose this content for some other stuff. But we was just over on TikTok having a blast, man. Reading Now the Feeling Is the Secret by Neville Goddard. And we already jumped through the first chapter. So I'm not gonna re-jump through it. But I am gonna give y'all just a quick little. I'm gonna catch y'all up to where we at, and we're gonna pick up on chapter 2, which is sleep. But chapter 1 was the law and its operation, and it's talking about how all things are created from consciousness and how we must turn to consciousness to really understand creation and the creation process, and how what we become conscious of is actually what we are manifesting. Because when you look up the word manifest means to make obvious to the eye or the mind. So if it's obvious to your mind that you are broke or you don't have enough or you have limited resources and the government is doing this and the government is doing that, then you're going to manifest situations in your life that align with that because that's what you're obvious. That's what's obvious to you. That's what you're giving your attention to. So chapter 1 is just really beating that thing down and telling about the difference between the conscious and the subconscious and how the conscious mind is selective. It's I like this, I don't like that, I prefer this, I don't prefer that. That's cool, but this is better. That's the conscious mind. But the subconscious mind is non-selective and it reacts to whatever is presented to it. And in order to change your subconscious, you gotta change your feeling. The subconscious doesn't care about logic, it doesn't care about reason, it doesn't care about intellect. It cares about feeling. It works with feeling. And how you're controlling what you think and how you feel is the most important thing in your life. Because you do what you feel like doing. If you want to go to the gym because you know you should, but you feel like watching Netflix, you tend to watch Netflix. If you want to save money because you know you should and it's the right thing to do, but you feel like buying new shoes or you feel like going out to eat, you typically do what you feel like doing. So he really talks about the importance of disciplining your feelings and your attention and your thinking because that's what controls the type of things you manifest. But the rest of this book is Neville giving us two secrets or two processes rather. He's going to talk about the power of sleep and how sleep is so powerful to manifest and how prayer, and he's going to give us what prayer really is because prayer is not what most people think it is. Most people think that prayer is begging God for a particular outcome. And that's not what it is. Prayer is preparing to receive a particular outcome. It's getting in a receptive state for that outcome. But this is where we jump in that. Did the first part of this on TikTok. You can download TikTok Live. So what I will do is I'll download my TikTok Live and I'll likely be making some YouTube shorts from the TikTok Live because, oh man, it was some good conversation that came up. I might even upload the full video. We'll see, but I'm definitely going to use that content to make some shorts. If this is your first time kicking it with us, I'm Big Abundant. I'm a clinically trained hypnotist, and I hypnotize entrepreneurs, man. I teach entrepreneurs how to show up confident and dominate their industry. It ain't, because a lot of, most times, all the times, it ain't what you know, it's how you feel and can you get other people to catch on to that feeling. You can know everything about a product. But if you can't get the person to feel the benefit of that product, you're not going to move that product. If you can't show up and feel confident, you're not going to sell that product. But let's get back on topic. So sleep. Sleep, the life that occupies 1/3 of our stay here on earth, is the natural door into the subconscious. So when I hypnotize people, I take you through a hypnotic induction, right? I'm going to count backwards from 10 down to 0. And every number that I say, you're going to let go and relax. So I have you fixate your eyes on something. Focus on that spot on the ceiling, blah, 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 blah. But what I'm doing when I do that is getting you to go inside. I'm getting your conscious mind to la la land so we can get into the subconscious. We're opening the critical faculty. But the first point that he makes in this paragraph is that's what happens automatically when you go to sleep. What's going on? Welcome, Nene. Oh, Nene and Lunny. Y'all got the joint channel. Y'all been doing some marketing. I'm going to have to come check y'all out. So it is with sleep that we are now concerned. The conscious 2/3 of our life on earth is measured by the degree of attention we give sleep. Our understanding of and delight in what sleep has to bestow will cause us night after night to set out for it as though we were keeping an appointment with a lover. Sleep is so important, and we're about to get into why. I don't want to jump ahead of the book, but the benefits that he's going to point out about what happens when you sleep, it's going to have you rushing to bed. Like, not like, I gotta go to bed. Like, you're going to want to go to bed because you're going to find out that going to bed and how you go to bed is the key to getting the things you want in life. It got a lot to do with how you wake up feeling in the morning, the type of ideas you're going to get the next day, and how you're going to be treated the next day. Let's push through. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumbering upon the bed, then he opened the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. Job 33:15. It is in sleep and in prayer, a state akin to sleep, that man enters the subconscious to make his impressions and receive his instructions. In these states, the conscious and subconscious are creatively joined. The male and female become one flesh. Sleep is the time when the male or conscious mind turns from the world of sense and seeks its lover or subconscious self. The subconscious, unlike the woman of the world who marries her husband to change him, has no desire to change the conscious waking state, but loves it and is faithfully reproduces its likeness in the outer world. The conditions and events of your life are your children formed from the molds of your subconscious impressions in sleep. They are made in the image and likeness of your innermost feeling that they may reveal you to yourself. So let's simplify everything we just read. When you go earlier on TikTok, we were talking about how your conscious mind is your masculine mind. That's your male mind, so to speak. And your subconscious mind is your feminine mind. And in order to get the things we desire, we have to take the desire out of the conscious mind and impregnate it into the subconscious mind. And then when the subconscious mind becomes pregnant with the idea, that's when it gives birth to it. So what he's saying is when you go to sleep, essentially that's when your subconscious and your conscious mind have sex. The ideas you go to sleep holding on to are passed down into your subconscious when you go to sleep. You ever went to sleep angry, upset, or ticked off at somebody and you wake up the next day tired? It's like you didn't even get no sleep at all. You wake up exhausted. You don't feel rested. It's because the ideas you impregnated your subconscious with that night were ideas of stress and tension, not relaxation, freedom, and letting go. But let's get back to the text. So, as in heaven, so on earth. Matthew 6:10. As in the subconscious mind, so on earth. Whatever you have in consciousness as you go to sleep is the measure of your expression in the waking 2/3 of your life on earth. Nothing stops you from realizing your objectives save your failure to feel that you're already that which you wish to be, or that you're already in possession of things sought. Your subconscious gives form to your desires only when you feel your wish fulfilled. Excuse me. The unconscious of sleep is the normal state of the subconscious, because all things come from within yourself, and your conception of yourself determines that which comes. You should always feel the wish fulfilled before you drop off to sleep. You never draw out of the deep of yourself that which you want. You always draw that which you are, and you are that which you feel yourself to be, as well as that which you feel is true of others. So it's not just what you think about yourself, it's what you think about others as well. To be realized, then, the wish must be resolved into feelings of being or having or witnessing the state sought. That is accomplished by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The feeling which comes in response to the question, how would I feel were my wish realized, is the feeling which should monopolize and immobilize your attention as you relax into sleep. You must be in the consciousness of being or having that which you want to be or to have before you drop off to sleep. Once asleep, man has no freedom of choice. His entire slumber is dominated by his last waking concept of self. It follows, therefore, that he should always assume the feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction before he retires in sleep. Come before me with singing and thanksgiving. Psalm 95:2. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving and enter his courts with praise. Your mood prior to sleep defines your state of consciousness as you enter into the presence of your everlasting lover, the subconscious. She sees you exactly as you feel yourself to be. If, as you prepare for sleep, you assume and maintain the consciousness of success by feeling I am successful, you must be successful. Lie flat on your back with your head on level with your body. Feel as you would were you in possession of your wish and quietly relax into unconsciousness. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Nevertheless, he giveth his beloved sleep. The subconscious never sleeps. Sleep is the door through which the conscious waking mind passes to be creatively joined to the subconscious. Sleep conceals the creative act while the objective world reveals it. In sleep, man impresses the subconscious with his conception of himself. So you want to fall asleep feeling good. You want to fall asleep feeling successful, not thinking about the things that you didn't do, what you could have did better. You want to fall asleep feeling good. You want to fall asleep feeling successful. You want to fall asleep feeling capable. Then those are the ideas you're going to impress upon your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind don't care about truth. It don't care about logic. It don't care about reason. It's not going to analyze. It's going to accept whatever idea you hand to it. So handed ideas to get you closer to where you want to be. All right? He that, nope, read that already. What more beautiful description of this romance of the conscious and the subconscious in there than that told in the Song of Solomon? By night on my bed I sought him whom my soul loveth. I found him whom my soul loveth. I held him and I not let him go until I had brought him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me. Preparing to sleep, you feel yourself into the state of the answered wish and then relax into unconsciousness. You realized wish is he whom you seek. Your realized wish is he whom you seek. By night on your bed, you seek the feeling of the wish fulfilled, that you may take it with you into the chamber of her that conceived you, into sleep or the subconscious which gave you form, that this wish also may be given expression. This is the way to discover and conduct your wishes into the subconscious. Feel yourself in the state of the realized wish and quietly drop off to sleep. Night after night, you should assume the feeling of being, having, and witnessing that which you seek to be, possess, and see manifested. Never go to sleep feeling discouraged or dissatisfied. Never sleep in the consciousness of failure. Your subconscious, whose natural state is sleep, sees you as you believe yourself to be. And whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, the subconscious will faithfully embody your belief. As you feel, so do you impress her. And she, the perfect lover, gives form to these impressions and outpictures them as the children of her beloved. What's up? I see we got somebody else in here too. How y'all doing, man? Thou art all fair, my love. There is no spot in thee. It's the attitude of mind to adopt before dropping off to sleep. Disregard appearances and feel the things are as you wish them to be. For he calleth things that are not seen as though they were, and the unseen become seen. Romans 4:17. I'm pretty sure Romans is my favorite book in the Bible. There's so much fire in the book of Romans, man. There's so many dope scriptures. To assume the feeling of satisfaction is to call conditions into being which will mirror satisfaction. Signs follow, they do not precede. Proof that you are will follow the consciousness that you are. It will not precede it. You are an eternal dreamer, dreaming non-eternal dreams. Your dreams take form as you assume the feeling of their reality. Do not limit yourself to the past. Knowing that nothing is impossible to consciousness, begin to imagine states beyond the experiences of the past. Whatever the mind of man can imagine, man can realize. All objective, visible states were first subjective, invisible states, and you called them indivisible by assuming the feeling of their reality. The creative process is first imagining and then believing the state imagined. Always imagine and expect the best. 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 In case y'all didn't hear me, always imagine and expect the best. The world cannot change until you change your conception of it. As within, so without. Nations as well as people are only what you believe them to be, no matter what the problem is, no matter where it is, no matter whom it concerns. You have no one to change but yourself. And you have neither opponent nor helper in bringing about the change within yourself. You have nothing to do but convince yourself of the truth of that which you desire to see manifest. As soon as you succeed in convincing yourself of the reality of the state sought, results follow to confirm your fixed belief. You never suggest to another the state which you desire to see him express. Instead, you convince yourself that he's already that which you desire him to be. You don't got to convince them. You got to convince you. You got to convince you. Realization of your wish is accomplished by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You cannot fail unless you fail to convince yourself of the reality of your wish. A change of belief is confirmed by a change of expression. Every night, as you drop off to sleep, feel satisfied and spotless, for your subjective lover always forms the objective world in the image and likeness of your conception of it, the conception defined by your feeling. So when you're going to sleep, I need you to just forgive yourself for everything you could have did better during the day. I need you to just let all the wrongs fall to the wayside. You might be saying, well, I'm just supposed to let myself off the hook. Yes. Yeah. Because what this is going to do is allow you to wake up tomorrow in a different consciousness. And when you're in that different consciousness, you're going to behave differently. But when you go to sleep, thinking about, remembering, over processing everything you did wrong, you're going to wake up the following day in a similar state of mind and go do more of the wrong stuff. So let yourself off the hook this time. You got it. You're not a child. I don't need to pull out a belt and whoop you. You understand cause and effect. Okay, I did that. I got that. I got it. But now that I got it, I'm going to let it go. And I'm going to see myself as the type of person to do the thing that I wish I would have did. I'm going to forgive myself and I'm going to go there. I'm going to skip the lecture. I got it. I don't need a lecture. I got it. I know what I did wrong. I'm going to put my attention on the version of me that I want to be. And I'm going to pretend. I'm going to imagine. I'm going to visualize myself being that version of me. And as I fall asleep, I'm going to impress that version of me on my subconscious mind. And when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to feel different. When I feel different, I'm going to act different. And when I act different, I'm going to get different results. And when I get different results, I'm going to create a new life. Y'all rocking with me? Yeah, y'all rocking with me. Of course y'all are. So, the walking 2/3 of your life on earth ever corroborates or bears witness to your subconscious impressions. The actions and events of the day are effects. They are not causes. The actions and events of the day are effects. They are not causes. Free will is only freedom of choice. Choose you this day whom ye shall serve. It's your freedom to choose the kind of mood you assume. But the expression of the mood is the secret of the subconscious. The subconscious receives impressions only through feelings of man, and in a way known only to itself, gives these impressions form and expression. The actions of man are determined by his subconscious impressions. His illusion of free will, his belief in freedom of action, is but ignorance of the cause which make him act. He thinks himself free because he has forgotten the link between himself and the event. You guys, do me a favor and punch that like button. If you're enjoying the information, if you're finding some valuable stuff in here you can use, hit that thumbs up so YouTube can let other people know that we in here doing something. We in here doing our thing, man. Let them know. Help me hypnotize the algorithm. Man awake is under compulsion to express his subconscious impressions. If in the past he unwisely impressed himself, then let him begin to change his thought and feeling. For only as he does so will he change his world. Do not waste one moment in regret, for to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. Did you hear that? Do not waste one moment in regret, for to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. Appreciate you. Let the dead bury the dead. Matthew 8:22. Turn from appearances and assume the feeling that would be yours where you already the one you wish to be. You ain't gotta wait till you get your credit score up to feel better. You don't gotta wait till you drop that 20 pounds to feel better. You don't gotta wait till you get that new job. You don't gotta wait till you in a relationship. Go ahead and feel how you would feel had those things already happened. That's what I get people to do when they pay me all this money to hypnotize them. You want to be you want to be more confident. Okay, if you were confident, how would you feel? Okay, and notice how your shoulders went back and your head went up and your chest went out. I want you to maintain that body language. And as you maintain that body language, I want you to close your eye. I'm gonna take them on a journey and get them to practice feeling confident. You ever heard the saying, practice makes confident? I mean, practice makes confidence. Practice does make you confident though. So Floridian slip, but practice makes perfect. If you practicing being unconfident, if you practicing being depressed, if you practicing being angry all the damn time, you're gonna get good at it. Practice being happy. Practice being cheerful. Practice being abundant. Practice being rich. Practice being sexy. Practice being charismatic. Practice being the things that you want to be. Stop practicing stuff that you don't want to be. Practice the stuff you want to be, especially when you're falling asleep. Because that's when your conscious mind and your subconscious mind gonna have sex and make babies. And you want your minds, it's two minds, it's one mind, but it's two minds. I and the Father are one, although the Father is great. So they one mind, but as we talk about it to really understand how they work, we look at them as two minds. The conscious mind, the subconscious mind. The conscious mind creates the idea. The subconscious mind gives birth to the idea. The conscious mind cannot give birth to ideas. It's really good at noticing what's already created, but it is not good at changing what's already created. It's just noticing what's already there. To change it, the change got to happen in the subconscious. So let the dead bury the dead. Turn from appearances and assume the feeling that would be yours where you already the one you wish to be. Feeling a state produces that state. The part you play on the world stage is determined by your conception of self. By feeling your wish fulfilled and quietly relaxing into sleep, you cast yourself in the star role to be played on earth tomorrow. And while asleep, you are rehearsed and instructed in your part. The acceptance of the end automatically wills the means of realization. Make no mistake about this. If, as you prepare for sleep, you do not consciously feel yourself into the state of the answered wish, then you will take with you into the chamber of her who conceived you the sum total of the reactions and feelings of the waking day, and while asleep, you will be instructed in the manner in which they will be expressed tomorrow. So don't just fall asleep, because what's going to happen when you just fall asleep is you're going to take everything that happened that day into that chamber with you. And that person who said something you didn't like and made you feel inferior, you bringing that with you. When you didn't perform the way you should have and you dropped the ball and you felt like a failure, you bringing that with you. When you go to sleep, what you want to purposely do is feel successful. If I already had everything I wanted, how would I feel? If my life already looked how I wanted it to look. If I was already driving the car I wanted to drive, living in the house that I wanted to live in, my bank account already looked the way I looked, my confidence was already where I wanted to be, how would I feel? Feel that way and then go to sleep. And that's the version of you that you're going into the chamber with. And the subconscious don't care about true, false, logical, illogical. It works on feeling. And when you feel successful, as far as the subconscious is concerned, you are successful. Imagine you in a relationship and you feel like your partner cheating. You ain't got the proof yet, but you just feel like they cheating. You feel like they cheating, that relationship about to shift because you about to treat them different. You about to act different. Feeling is the secret. How you feel is what drives everything else. How you feel dictates the quality of ideas that you get. How you feel dictates the energy you show up with. When I'm live streaming, on days where I don't really feel like streaming, I'm just doing it because I said, yo, tomorrow I'll be live at 3. It's different than when I feel like streaming. Luckily, I know how to close my eyes and get myself to feel like it even when I don't feel like it. But when you change the feeling, when you get the feeling to match the result, oh man, the actions just come to you. You just know what to do. You will rise believing that you are a free agent, not realizing that every action and event of the day is predetermined by your concept of self as you fell asleep. Your only freedom then is your freedom of reaction. You are free to choose how you feel and react to the day's drama. But the drama, the actions, events, and circumstances of the day have already been determined. Unless you consciously and purposely define the attitude of mind with which you go to sleep, you unconsciously go to sleep in the composite attitude of mind made up of all the feelings and reactions of the day. Every reaction makes a subconscious impression, and unless counteracted by an opposite and more dominant feeling, it is the cause of future action. Ideas enveloped in feeling are creative actions. We're going to say that again. Ideas enveloped in feelings are creative actions. Use your divine right wisely. Through your ability to think and feel, you have dominion over all creation. While you are awake, you are a gardener, selecting seed for your garden. But except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit. Your conception of yourself as you fall asleep is the seed you drop into the ground of the subconscious. Dropping off to sleep, feeling satisfied and happy, compels conditions and events to appear in your world which confirm these attitudes of mind. Sleep is the door into heaven. What you take in as a feeling, you bring out as a condition, action, or object in space. So sleep in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, as in consciousness, so on earth. That's it. That's chapter 2. We're going to say 3 and 4 for tomorrow. They short chapters. But yo, I am Big Abundant, man. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Watch some of this content on this channel, man. We got everything on here. We got stuff that's gonna entertain you. We got stuff on here that's gonna enhance you. We got whatever you're looking for, but get clear on what you want. Decide what you want. That's the first step to getting it. You cannot hit a target that doesn't exist. But once we identify the target, what we want to do is get the consciousness of our target. We want to feel like a person who's capable of achieving the target. And you'll be surprised what changing your feeling can do. People don't have to motivate you to do stuff that you feel like doing. When you feel like doing something, you get the ideas, you got the energy, you get real creative when you feel like doing something. The example I always like to use, if I do a competition where every month I give away $100,000. And a person that you know won the competition a few months ago, but this month you won. And I call you, I say, hey, congratulations, you just won the competition. The only thing you got to do is get to my office in Dallas, Texas by 5 p.m. tomorrow. Do you think you'll be too broke, too tired, too anything to figure out how to get to Dallas, Texas by tomorrow? I bet you'll get creative and figure out how to get here. I bet you would. And you wouldn't need no motivational speech. You wouldn't need to go see a therapist before you did it. But it would be something that you felt like doing. And because you felt like doing it and you understood the benefit that came with it, you would figure out everything in the middle. It's the same way with building a business. It's the same way with a weight loss goal. If you can sell yourself on the benefit and that it's possible and that you really gonna get that thing that you want, the ideas, the energy, the motivation, inspiration will show up. If you procrastinate, it's because you're not sold on the outcome. You haven't convinced yourself that you can do it. You haven't convinced yourself that it's a possibility. But if you get convinced that it's possible, the energy will show up. The ideas will show up. The people that you need to connect the dots will show up. The money will show up. If those things not showing up, it's your own imagination that's getting in the way. But I'm landing this plane, man. Thank y'all so much for kicking it with me. I ain't got nothing to say. If you want to work with me or talk to me deeper, bigabundant.com. There's a free hypnosis audio you can download on my website. Check that out. It's gonna add you to my mailing list. Needed this today. Come get it, man. We here most days, and on days we not here, it's enough content on the channels to keep you going. But yeah, see it is done. That's step 1. Convincing yourself that you can do it. And you gonna prove you right. You got a funny way of proving you right. Love y'all. Ain't a damn thing y'all can do about it. I'm gonna see y'all later, man. Oh, and I got this full book on my YouTube channel. It's on a playlist called Feeling Gives the Secret. I believe it's the last video I uploaded. So if you go on the channel and you just want to listen to this whole book from beginning to end, and you should listen to it on repeat over and over and over again, because that's how you really embody things. That's why they used to give you flashcards. 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4, because they wanted you to see it over and over again. Listen to that over and over again. What happens is you'll find yourself living out these principles on accident, not having to use willpower to do it. It's just going to become something that you do because it's become a part of you. But I'm out of here. Love y'all. See y'all later.